More big wins for Trump last night as Amy Klobuchar proves yet again that she is, well, she's a clown. And a big day for our buddy Zeek Arkham because he is now enjoined in the fight to elect a new mayor in Los Angeles. How the heck did that happen?
Weird.
On the One More and I'm Out of Here podcast. All right, it's a One More I'm Out Here podcast, and let's start with something local here. Our buddy Josh Girth, big night for him last night. Pappas, you were there.
Yeah.
And the Republican Party came together as one locally to say, yes, we are going to stand behind Josh Girth.
That's not what I said.
As our Republican Party
it's
chairman.
A wonderful spin that you have on there.
It was a unifying moment.
It was something.
Was it not?
It was something. Started at 7. I think I walked out of there at like 11:30. And you know me, 10 o'clock. I'm looking for
that's like way late.
That's way late.
Nothing good is ever easy.
No, well, so it was it. We have a and maybe this might be going on all over the nation. I think I've heard from other people that it is. We have a. I wouldn't call it a riff, but we have some people. How would I explain this? They describe themselves as grassroots, and I guess they're the new version of the old Tea Party, I suppose. And they're passionate and they're energized and they're excitable, but they direct it sometimes at Republicans that have been doing this for a long time. And when I got involved, you should probably, when you get involved in any organization, your first order of business is to probably just be quiet and see how much, not necessarily be quiet, but observe and see how much you can learn.
Yes. Meanwhile, he's fiddling with everything in his fucking reach right
this
now.
is my universe.
Observe and learn.
Yeah.
Observe and learn.
Observe and learn.
Be quiet, observe and learn. And this
observe and
motherfucker.
learn. But I mean, this is my tchotchkes. And anyhow, so there were some points in the meeting that I was like, just get me out of here. But it's done. It was not fun. And you know what? Families fight, churches fight. It's okay to fight sometimes. And that's all right. We share the same values. We might have different directions to get there, but now we're going to reunite around Joshua Girth and Girthus Maximus. And we'll see how it goes. I mean, we definitely I think we're going to try some new things. I think you're going to see some new direction from Hamilton County. You both are residents of Hamilton County. You're very concerned about what goes on here. The paper has already started.
There's not a lot of Republican representation when you talk about the county commissioners, when you talk about what goes on in the city.
Not a lot or not any?
Well, not any.
Not any.
Yeah.
I mean, define a lot. So, the paper started already. They're like, the new county new Republican Party chairman targets judges. Well, I mean,
judges are very, very important as we've come to learn.
What's our favorite judge here on the show?
Judy?
No.
Oh, sorry.
Judge
Mathis?
Silverstein.
Oh.
And she's just the poster child for why weak judges make us less safe. And that's not hard. And, I was out of town, enjoyed watching you guys, but, the news breaks every day. It's like every holiday, you wait for a weekend or not even a weekend anymore, shooting Cincinnati, someone's killed Cincinnati. And I'm like, how much more of this shit do you want to take?
Well, yeah, we had multiple shootings over the weekend.
I couldn't imagine why not.
And even before the weekend, 1 dead, 71 in a drive-by.
Yeah. They said, I read something. They said that wasn't even random. They said
say
it was
it's
targeted.
Yeah.
But anyhow,
doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter. I mean, look, how many till you've had enough?
I'm pretty sure that individuals didn't have the cleanest of records and had probably gone through the system multiple times.
Well, I'm
painting
happy
with a broad brush here.
Yeah, but you're going out on a limb, right? I'm just happy that we have some new direction. I think Josh is energized. I think he's going to do a great job. I think and let me tell you some final thing. Josh he's the kind of guy that he can not hold a grudge, which is something a gene I don't possess. I mean, I will hold a grudge forever. It's just a character flaw that I have, and I'm free to admit it. Maybe I'll get over it. I doubt it, but I might. Josh, if you work against him, 0. If you work against him and yet, like if you talk shit about him or whatever, but you guys are working towards the same goal, he'll let it slide. And he'll be like, hey, look, let's work together. He does not hold grudges, and he does reach across. So I think it'll work out great.
He's genuinely concerned about what's best for the community.
I think he is. I think he is to a fault. Yeah, because he's put a lot of time and effort into this, and he worked his ass off to win that election. And it was an election. We had 230 plus precinct executives there at Clovernook, wonderful, beautiful Clovernook Country Club. In a beautiful part of town.
Right. And at least tell me Ruhlman took the high road.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean,
all right.
I mean, I don't know. I mean, he lost.
Well, I know he lost, but I mean,
there was no sour grapes afterwards.
Yeah, but
then he left.
That's what I would expect from him. So that I'm glad to hear that.
Yeah. I mean, look, we're one family. We just have different maybe techniques and ideas, and we have to learn to play together. And that's okay. And I guess the reason is everyone's pissed off about what the status of Hamilton County and Cincinnati is, and that anger manifests itself in different ways.
Yeah, it's an important position. So
yeah,
our buddy Josh Girth, we say congratulations to you.
It's Mr. Chairman now. You need to be Mr. Chairman.
We'll have him on the show before too long.
Yes, sir.
All right, another big day for our buddy Zeek Arkham. He posted earlier today that he was featured as a co-star in a movie. Of all things, about the mayoral race in Los Angeles. And we've talked before on this show about the AI videos that have been created for Spencer Pratt. Very clever, very biting, very cutting. I think they really drive home an important message.
Yeah, very well done.
And so someone has gone out of their way to create a 5-minute long mini movie. We're not going to roll the whole thing, but I saw this morning and Zeke posted about it. I asked him to be a guest on the show today. He's working, so he's not able to do it today. But we'll try and schedule him the next time we have a One More and I'm Out of Here podcast. But yeah, I mean, featured prominently in this AI video about him. I guess this is a la what's the Indiana Jones?
Raiders of Lost Ark?
Yeah.
I would assume.
Yeah, so,
I'm not I mean, I've seen them, but I don't know what
I'm not. I saw the first one,
but it's Indiana Jones.
Yeah, Indiana Jones. Here we go.
Home sweet home.
Spencer. Denied.
Again. Zeke, I'm calling in that favor. Let's roll. So far, I'm not getting towed.
I mean, how much that looks like
it is. It's dead on.
They could have done a little bit better work on Pratt. For our audio listeners, it's Spencer Pratt, Indiana Jones. Zeek Arkham is a kitted up LAPD guy walking through town.
Like the Santa Monica stairs, but with more hate. Fascists deserve death.
Fascists!
Fascists!
Compassionate and peaceful.
There's a skeleton 1998 building plan just laying in the middle of the hallway in a suit.
What did he die from?
Old age.
Big diamond on a pedestal that Spencer Pratt can't get to.
Pratt. Zeke.
But
As
Zeke just
expected.
grabs it.
Grabs like a grapefruit. Here you go.
Big rolling ball of NGOs rolling after him
Watch out for the
as they're
NGO!
trying to escape City Hall. And we'll
NGOs
stop
are
it there.
good.
Yeah. So there you go. There's Zeke. He's featured in the in the movie, and so congratulations to him.
How funny is
And
that?
I really
From New
think-
York
From New York. That's
Yeah.
the cool part.
New
From
York.
New York.
to all the way across the country.
I would love-
somebody, whoever made this.
I would love to find out the backstory about how he got cast.
Sure.
For that part.
I mean, I'm sure.
That's
His
fantastic.
videos go viral
Oh,
on
he's
TikTok, Instagram, all over the place. I mean, he's not unknown, to people that are frequenting social media. So I'm sure somebody was like, "Oh, that'll be perfect," because with what he did against Mondani, or how I mispronounce his name every
Whatever.
fucking time.
It's close enough.
the commie mom.
But
Mom Donnie.
when we had him on our podcast, and the shit he was talking about him, I'm sure that probably resonated, and that was a good reason. Like, hey, all right, we're gonna bring Zeke in for this.
Yeah, I mean, the guy. He's been to the White House multiple times now. He's been in the room with Trump. Now he's on this video out in L.A. I mean,
Pretty cool.
The guy is everywhere.
Amazing. It's amazing what a good podcast or social media can do. Who knows where we'll be in 5 years?
Or 10 or
So I'm going to make an
15.
AI video of us.
I just want to be at the. I was hoping.
We had Afro Man. We had Afro Man.
We
on
did,
our
but I'm
show.
trying to
That
use
was
my
great.
contacts to see if I can get invited to that MMA event at the White House. I think that would be cool.
I heard that those tickets are going to go. Have you seen the stage that they're building
I
there?
saw what they're
Yes.
building.
And I mean, that thing is huge.
Yeah, you want to know
It
the
is-
funny thing?
Do you see the memes that the Democrats made?
I've seen they're bitching about
they're
it.
all bent out
You know,
of shape.
the-
There's
They're
a
all-
bunch of RVs parked around the fucking
It's-
octagon.
That's kind of funny. I mean, that's kind of funny.
No,
Come
it's
on.
So
clever.
who cares? I know.
But the people that bitching about it, the Democrats, they didn't
Fuck
have
'em.
any problem. They didn't have a problem with transvestites flashing their fake breast at Easter rolls. Remember that guy?
Right.
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah.
That guy?
They're
Yeah,
talking about
That was okay.
it's
That was-
degrading to
that-
the White
yeah.
House.
That
and
wasn't
it's
degrading.
below,
That was classy.
below the level of
That's
the
right.
president
Yeah.
of the United States.
Right.
What a bunch of shit!
Yeah.
Just because he doesn't
These people don't have the
doesn't hang the gay pride flag and the LGBTQ nonsense.
Yeah,
Come
that's next month.
on. Go screw
By the way,
yourself.
There's according to a business here in Anderson, that's the biggest thing
Wow.
in Anderson Township.
Yeah, Pappas's whole month's coming up. It's amazing. You get a whole month.
But I heard those tickets are going to members of the military.
Well, I don't know who they're
The,
going
the,
to.
the arena they're building is
I've-
big enough for like 4,200 people.
I've heard it's the hardest ticket to get.
Glenn Beck was talking about it. He couldn't even get a ticket.
Well, he doesn't know who I know.
Well, the way
Glenn Beck has Trump on speed dial. All right.
and the way I heard it was
I'm sure
invite
Glenn
only up to
Yeah.
5,000,
I think
and it's Trump's 80th birthday.
it's gonna be huge. But no, I mean, look, it's pretty cool. I think it's. Would it be better if it wasn't MMA? Would they feel better if it was boxing or wrestling? I mean, what you can't please these people. So
No,
whatever.
they wouldn't feel good about anything
They don't
that
like
embodies the American spirit.
No, I mean,
And
MMA
Glenn-
is a huge it's just a huge part of American culture now.
Yeah.
I mean, it's widely watched. I mean, Joe Rogan, how did he get his start? MMA and news radio, which I used to like him on. But I mean, he's a
Comedy, MMA.
comedy, but he's mostly been known for his promotion of MMA.
But look at the
Yes.
Democrats today. They reject everything that MMA is about. They reject the notion of hard work. They reject the notion of
Male-
rugged individualism.
Rugged individual,
They
male,
reject
machismo,
toxic masculinity.
toxic masculinity.
They reject the notion of straight up competition, where
Everybody should win.
where the
Well,
someone
yeah, has to lose.
the two combatants enter the ring. Only one can win. They
2
they
minutes.
both they both abide by
Just
the
the
same set of
Thunderdome?
rules.
I
There's
remember.
not there's not one set of rules because this person might be black or this person might
Everybody's
be
equal.
Hispanic. They're all.
Everybody's equal.
I mean, they reject all those notions
Yeah.
that the MMA projects, and I think that's why there's a huge cross section of this country that is absolutely fascinated by this sport. And I think a lot more people are going to be, I think there's going to be a great curiosity factor when this happens. And people are going to tune in to see it happen.
It's huge.
I'm sure it'll be on
It's,
C-SPAN.
I mean, I think it's a security nightmare.
Oh, it's got to
I
be.
mean, remember just the other day we had
There was some dude shooting at the White House that decided
I
to
know 30 shots.
have a little shooting match with the Secret Service.
Who won?
Well, that dude is,
What
taking
a
a dirt nap now. What
a
clown.
dumb idea.
No idea. I'm going to show him.
You
So,
just watch.
It's a cool thing.
I think it's cool. I think
yeah.
it's I think Trump thinking outside the box.
an MMA match right there on the White House lawn. That is crazy.
Yeah,
crazy.
those photos, the
on the
photos
South
of like
lawn?
the.
Is it on the South Lawn?
I think it's on the South Lawn. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I believe.
It's the only
so.
place where there's room.
I think it's right outside the Oval Office. So Trump is going to be.
Maybe
They'll probably
behind
do
it.
a big intro thing where like Trump and Dana White there in the Oval Office, and they'll say, "Hey, you want to go to a fight?" And
walk outside.
they'll do a whole production.
The only
video,
thing
and
that
that'd be
sucks.
cool.
The only thing that my complaint about it is the card is not very exciting.
Oh, I don't know.
Like some of the heavy hitters are not part of it. So like a lot of and I don't follow
The
it.
top of the card is it a middleweight bout? It's a unifying match, so it's going to be it's a world championship match, right?
And again, I don't follow it like religiously,
Yeah,
like
neither do
every fight, but most of the names that I saw, I'm like, I mean, I'm gonna watch it, obviously,
Yeah.
but
Is it pay-per-view?
I don't know.
I don't know.
I actually don't know who's covering that.
Yeah, so I mean, I wonder. I mean, that would be kind of cool.
I mean,
if
it's all
pay-per-view-
I
part of
haven't
the
got- I
America
haven't looked that
250
far.
celebration. It's got to be on C-SPAN
You would. It doesn't
because
have to
C-SPAN is
be.
covering all that stuff.
Doesn't have to be, but I mean, I suppose. I mean, I could see it being pay-per-view too.
There was an America 250 event over the weekend,
Did you watch it?
and C-SPAN had it on.
You're a big C-SPAN watcher now.
I tune in C-SPAN quite a bit
Why?
because I like to watch the hearings on Capitol Hill.
South Lawn, CBS and Paramount
I
Plus.
just do.
CBS and Paramount.
There you
Plus.
go.
Okay, Paramount Plus is pay. CBS, no.
Titled UFC Freedom 250, June 14th.
You know, it'd
How
be
big? How
nice-
big of a chubby is Joe Rogan going to have that day?
Oh, huge.
He's not going to be able to contain himself, man.
You know, it'd be nice if the township had some 250 celebrate. Oh, I'm sorry, they rejected that because it was deemed political by our liberal school board.
Yes.
You know, the first lady of the United States was
We
deemed
have
political.
an entire generation
by
of
these
children who
five fucking idiots
have
that
no
sit on
idea
our
what the
school
word
board. Yeah.
semi-sesquicentennial
Yeah,
means.
they, you know, and I can remember, I don't know, Dan, I don't know what grade you were in. Jason, you weren't. And that's not a dig, but I remember when we were
During
in
the bicentennial?
bicentennial that we were taking the quarters. and
Absolutely.
We were making Christmas decorations and decorations with them.
Well, I had one of those cardboard things that you
Yeah.
could put in the
Little
commemorative
slots,
quarters,
yeah.
for all 50 states.
Yeah.
And Jimmy Carter was all over the place.
I know.
But it turned out to be Gerald Ford who actually did. Gerald Ford wasn't, or was it Jimmy Carter? It was Gerald Ford.
I don't remember.
I think Gerald
Well,
Ford.
no, 76 to 80.
Because I remember Gerald Ford ringing that bell
Well, that
on,
would be
on the ship.
Well, but maybe didn't he get out in 76?
I think
And then
everyone
Carter was
is
in
witnessing
76 to
strokes
80.
happening.
I don't know.
But anyway,
Strokes
It
abound.
doesn't- But
but my point is that, you know, we were in grade school. I was in 5th grade, 4th grade, 3rd, whatever grade, elementary school, and I remember it. And that very experience was robbed from our kids here in Forest Hills because our 5 nut job liberal school board members said that was too political. The first lady coming here for the official 250 celebration was too political. Okay.
well,
Got it.
again, the notion
She is the
of,
first lady, but okay, sorry.
The
But you guys know
notion-
better. Sorry.
of history of the United States, the notion of civic responsibility, civic duty, getting out to vote.
That's
those
abhorrent
sorts
to
of
liberals. Liberals don't like that shit.
No, they don't like it if they're not the ones doing the indoctrinating because they want.
I didn't tell you guys this. This is hilarious. Related to this, this is funny. So you guys know I was out of town this weekend, right?
Yep.
So I'm friends
No,
with
I didn't know.
whatever. And so somebody contacted the city hall. They didn't show me the document, but they just paraphrased it. There was an anonymous complaint made.
Of where you were?
No, of my property because I have Trump signs, and they're like, "There's laws against this. This signs can't be," because I have a Trump head in my garage window, and I have
I've seen
Trump flags, and they're like, we have to drive past this house, and there's a name on the house, Pappas. And doesn't he know that Donald Trump is a felon, and he cannot have these signs out past the election? This is electioneering, and we have laws against this. And they're like, you ever heard of freedom of speech? And it reminds me,
you don't have an HOA where you live, do you?
no. Well, there's
If he
the
did,
city.
he'd gotten kicked out a couple weeks ago.
It reminds me, we didn't talk about this. We didn't say we we're going to talk about this, but it's like that poor guy in California that got killed.
He's dead now.
He's dead
Yeah.
because he was practicing his freedom of speech, and some nincompoop liberal lost his ever-loving fucking mind and killed it, beat him to death. And he's died of his injuries.
Do you know how
And
much coverage that story has
Zero.
received on CBS,
Zero.
NBC,
What if that
ABC?
was? Let me ask you this: what if that was a racially motivated
Oh,
crime?
it'd be the lead, so everyone would know.
Let me
about
ask you another question, which some people like when I say, "Let me ask you a question." What if that was a sexually oriented, related crime? What if the guy was like a tranny or a alternate lifestyle?
it. We'd be
or
hearing nonstop lectures about
poster
the
child in
about the assault on the LGBT
That's
community and all the rest of
but
it.
a Trump MAGA
How we need to
supporter.
cool our jets. We need to tone down our
Trump,
rhetoric.
bring down the
You know,
heat.
all that.
But a Trump MAGA supporter, it's okay to beat him to death because he deserves it, right?
Doesn't even make the news.
Doesn't even.
You guys have toxic masculinity.
I used to.
I can't even fucking get that out. It's just so
I
stupid.
mean, do you even have any clue what the perp's name is?
The guy that killed him?
Yeah.
No, because it's not in the news. I've seen it
Yeah.
bits and pieces, but it's not. The guy should
But like
get
you said,
poster
if
child.
it was any of these,
Oh,
any of these groups that are part of the whole identity politics culture,
Yeah.
then we would know the name of the perp, the background. We'd be seeing nonstop report, the makeshift memorials.
Oh yeah. Oh
You
yeah.
know, of it all. You know,
could you imagine?
makeshift
imagine
memorial
the-
grows. And,
The candles and the flowers, and come drop off
Yeah.
your balloons and everything
you know,
else.
Barack and Michelle would be attending meetings and maybe going, speaking at a
Dude,
funeral. Al Sharpton
Don't
would
get
be
me
out there.
started. Don't get me started on the double standard in this nation on the
So
media.
it was another big win for Trump last night.
Huge.
I was gonna say
Texas.
they need to get that dickhead Al Green.
Yeah,
He's
Al-
out. He's
I
out.
know. I
Al-
know. That's
Al
I'm just
Green's
kinda
out.
Yeah.
tied in with
Yeah,
that.
Al Green is out.
Al Green.
And I didn't know
Caveman is out of office.
he held up a sign because he got kicked out of the last State of the Union address because
Correct.
he jumped up, and his sign said something about that we are not apes or something.
Yeah,
like
something
that.
like that. Something like
Yep.
that.
Was there ever a time in any recorded history where Trump said anything about black people and apes that
No,
put those
I
two
can't
together?
remember. That was for I'm sorry. That was for the meme that he shared that had
yeah,
Michelle
okay. Oh,
Obama
yeah, all right, okay.
represented as an ape.
All right.
And Trump said he didn't really watch it, and he just shared it before he saw the end of it. And we talked about it on the show. I
Yeah.
mean, look, that was probably not cool. I mean,
Yeah,
you
that
know,
was a stupid thing.
that was an unforced error that should not have been made.
But
But
either,
Al
either way,
Green-
people got tired of his fucking pimp walk,
Well,
Yeah.
standing up and making a goddamn scene.
he did have a nice cane.
Oh.
I mean, let's be fair.
He shook it. He shook it enough. You
yeah.
fucking saw it.
He's from Houston.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's out.
Yeah, he's out.
Yeah.
He's out.
Gone.
So and also the other big win last night was Ken Paxton, the Attorney General
was an ass
of
Texas,
Texas. I think 65% to 35% for
which
John
in
Cornyn.
political circles is an
That
absolute
is
drubbing.
Shellacking.
You can't get
Select
40%. I mean, my shoe on a ticket could get 40% of the vote. Anyone's shoe, not just my shoe, but my shoes. Especially because they're my shoes. But
Yeah.
the fact of the matter is, my father, God rest his soul, is looking down from heaven. My father hated John Cornyn with a passion, and I know a lot of good conservatives that dislike Cornyn and are tired of his shit. And I am so happy that Texas moved. Now we're on to the Paxton Tallarico race, which
Yeah.
that Tallarico guy is a complete and utter loon.
Well, and one of the great things that I saw this morning was Amy Klobuchar, the imbecile from Minneapolis, from Minnesota, who's a senator there.
well, I mean, Minnesota and imbecile are kind of
She put out a text this morning saying that looks like Tallarico is going to win this.
yeah.
So of course, she is such a great prognosticator when it comes to calling political outcomes.
Mm.
Let's just play a little reminder here of Amy Klobuchar, and this goes back I mean, some of you may not remember, but there was a debate when Joe Biden was president,
because some people forget history,
and he debated Donald Trump, and Amy Klobuchar was on one of the cable outlets predicting what was going to happen during the debate, and so she's so good on these subjects. She provided
virtual.
She provided this analysis of the upcoming debate, and let's just judge how well that this soundbite aged from Amy Klobuchar. Listen, this is great.
President Biden is fit to be commander-in-chief. Every time there has been a big moment where the Trump people are predicting some fiasco, every time President Biden rises to the occasion. Look at it. The State of the Union this year, last year, he was fantastic. And so I think you're going to see a strong President Biden tonight making the case for these two different visions for America.
Amazing.
So there she is. Before the debate, saying Joe Biden was going to rise to the occasion. You're going to see a strong president, a strong commander-in-chief, and he's really going to give Trump what for. So there's the imbecile Amy Klobuchar, and now she's coming out saying that Tallarico is going to win this thing in Texas. So you can put whatever stock, whatever weight you like to put on her predictions on these issues.
Well, first of all,
when you sent me that and I watched it, I spit Mountain Dew out of my fucking face in the vehicle.
It is funny.
And I was
hilarious.
like, shit, now I got to clean
idiot.
that up.
It's company car.
She's an absolute idiot.
I know, I got to clean that up.
Here's the deal. I am concerned. I have family and friends, and I keep in touch with Texas politics. You've had a big influx of Californians into Texas, and
it's not good.
The way we've had a big influx of Cincinnati city dwellers into Anderson Township, and it's not good. And they come here and they vote like they still live there. They forgot why they left there, and now they live here. They want to bring their here, but we don't want their here. We want here.
Yeah, we want our here.
Yeah, not there.
Yeah,
because don't be there when you can be here. Or you follow?
I'm with you.
Okay,
he was up first.
That's right. So the fact of the matter is that Tallarico is going to be portrayed and aided and abetted by the media as a moderate, which he is not.
Oh my God!
And as a rational, younger, hipper, whatever. And the guy's a complete and utter loon. I mean, I see the spinning of the stories. He's made some really odd claims. God was, according to him and his church, where I guess he preached or did something, gave a presentation. I can't remember.
I don't know shit about him.
He's a nut. But I mean, and he's a far left nut.
I've just heard nothing but bad things. Which
is the home of the Democrat Party now is so far left. You don't even know what they are anymore.
Well, Paxton's already got an ad out there.
Oh, yeah.
And Tallarico has gone out there and he's saying, well, they're going to mischaracterize my statements.
He said God was, and I want
the entire ad from start to finish is nothing but
his
things
quotes
that Tallarico has said.
Yeah, in his words.
It's him, the words coming out of his mouth.
But that's mischaracterization. That's the way the world
talking
works.
about God being non-binary.
That's why
he loves the trans children.
Right. And actually what he said was, someone asked him, what's the first thing he thinks about besides his family? And the first word out of his mouth, he goes, I think about my family and then the trans kids. And I'm like, wait a second, that's what you're thinking?
A creep.
And
absolute creep.
Let me ask you, when someone says to you, God is non-binary. Now, in today's political world where we live in, and the word, because 10, 20 years ago or 5 years ago, but non-binary, you've been like, what does that mean? Right? You wouldn't have known.
Yeah.
But now non-binary is a defined term in the LGBTQ plus minus. I think it's the plus minus. I'm not sure. I can't keep track of all the fucking symbols. But so my point is,
yabba dabba doo.
Yabba fucking dabba doo. Exactly right.
That's what I put it at.
So my point is, people are saying, well, he's just saying God's not male or female. Well, that's not. No. He specifically said non-binary, which in today's term is a phrase that's been coined and now used by the LGBT plus minus skyhook community.
Well, it's been co-opted by that community.
Correct.
Yeah.
So I mean, it's like funny how the media is going to bend over forwards, backwards, sideways. Well, he didn't really mean that. Blah 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 blah. So I think with that and the influx of liberal Californians into the great state of Texas, think the race will be closer than it needs to be. So I don't know
you're
that it's a
probably right.
slam dunk, but I would say that, I hope that Paxton does the job and gets the message out. I hope he takes a page from, what I hope he takes a page from? Spencer Pratt's campaign. Let's use AI. I think AI is a powerful tool. I would like to see it used more because he's done a great job using it to show how loony the left is. And I think that can be brought into Texas. I think you're going to, it's not a rocket science. I'm not making a wild prediction here, but I think you're going to see people using the crap out of AI because it's memorable. It's very, very memorable and it's effective. You say,
But I mean, if someone asked you to envision a guy who is totally steeped in left-wing politics, who is totally steeped in DEI nonsense, who is totally steeped in woke culture, who is totally steeped in the idea that toxic masculinity is bad, you would think of a guy who looks and acts and sounds exactly like Tallarico.
oh yeah,
Because that is what he is. He is the embodiment of everything the radical left is at this moment in time.
He's basically Pete Buttigieg in cowboy boots. I mean, pretty much.
He's a weaker version.
He's
of
a
Pete
he's a
Buttigieg.
less, if it's
makes-
possible, it's a less masculine
He
version.
makes
of
Pete Buttigieg look like
Buddy
the
boy.
booty gig. Looks like the Marlboro man.
wearing a pair of fake tits.
And we're chest feeding,
Yeah.
right? I
Even
mean, which is hard to beat, which is hard to do. But he's effectively made Pete Buttigieg.
You know what?
the fucking
When I went to the
toxic
Drinking Bros
That's
studios,
a good way to put it.
they had a pair of fake tits sitting in the studio, just
my God.
offset, just from one of their skits that they did.
Oh my god!
And you know what? I'm gonna fucking buy
No,
some.
you are not.
And I'm
No,
gonna wear
I
them.
am not.
I'm
no,
gonna wear them on
I'm-
this
I'm gonna
podcast.
boycott the
And
show.
you're gonna have to accept
No,
me for
I'm
who
not.
I am.
I'm gonna beat you to death. with
And you
them
know
is
what?
I'm
I'm
gonna,
gonna feed you, Andrew.
I'm gonna
I'm gonna feed you because I know you're hungry.
You're gonna suckle those fake titties.
I can guarantee you that's not going to happen. As a matter of fact, they may find them somewhere on your body, like where they shouldn't be. So I'm going to shove them up your ass. There you go.
Oh my God.
Oh my god, that's funny.
Oh,
I
man.
mean,
But this is
come
where
on.
we're at
Paxton,
today. Man.
Paxton, you got to beat this guy.
This is where we're at today, man. We got no offense, and I hate to sound like the old guy. I mean, nobody wants to be the old guy, but maybe I am. I'm 61 years old, and I look at the world today, and I'm like, this is who you're thinking of electing. I mean, we have. Look at Minnesota. Did you notice? I mean, guys, it was. I don't know if you remember. It was Memorial Day this weekend, right?
Yeah.
It was Memorial Day, and I don't say. And
What'd you do to celebrate?
I cleaned. I cleaned.
No, I'm going. No,
I don't
and
celebrate.
not for the holiday. It's the fact that I knew where you were going. With
Oh
this.
yeah, well, yeah, but no. But my point is, I listen. I'm not being fuddy-duddyish by any stretch. Memorial Day is the official start of summer. It is also the official day where you can get a good deal on a mattress. But
We got one last year, so we're good.
when did we lose sight of when? And I'm not besmirching anybody because I've heard people say it, but they're like, "Hey, happy Memorial Day," and I'm like, do you understand
It's a somber day.
The absolute irony of what you're saying? It is not meant to be happy Memorial Day.
Right.
It is meant to be, hey man,
Irreverence.
and I even saw. Let me tell you something else. I saw a politician. It was who was it? It was
Jazz hands.
no. And I'm not calling him out. It wasn't a
Tampons
politician. It was Tiger Woods. Didn't know what Memorial Day was. He's like, I'm not happy, but on Memorial Day, I remember, my father and all the other veterans that served. And I'm like, no, that's not Memorial Day.
No, I saw that and I took it completely different.
What'd you take it as?
He mentioned the fact that he goes,
His dad was special
he goes,
forces.
He goes, I hope everybody's having a safe. I'll pull it up or I'll
yeah,
try to
something
find
like that.
a safe Memorial Day. My father was in the special forces, and thanking everyone that had laid their lives down.
Okay, if that's the way meant,
Let
I
me find it.
apologize. But
I saw it too.
I took it as he was, and many. Well, but let's be fair, and maybe he didn't, but many people do confuse.
Yes.
Memorial Day.
We actually had this conversation.
Did you?
On Monday?
Okay.
in the
Memorial Day
driveway.
and Veterans Day. Yeah.
I'm
Memorial Day,
not
Veterans
gonna
Day.
call anybody out, but somebody said Happy Memorial Day multiple times, and
It's not happy.
I had made the explanation of this is more of a somber day.
It is a somber.
You
day.
can celebrate it in
Celebrate
the
it.
fact of what has been given.
You know what I don't like also is, and this is maybe Cincinnati centric, because in other cities it's actually, well, it's becoming real gunfire in Cincinnati. But I don't understand why somebody thinks that it's cool. Like, hey, it's Memorial Day weekend, let's go set off a bunch of fireworks. I'm like, dude.
Well, and here and
I heard some going off.
I will drop this name, and it's my stepdaughter, and she's young. She goes, are there parades or anything? I said, no, July 4th is a celebration.
There is Memorial Day. There is sometimes Memorial Day parades, but they're not a celebratory.
We don't have them here where we're living.
Mostly small cities. As a matter of fact, the city I was in had a Memorial Day.
Here you go. I got it.
What was the quote that he said?
To all those like my father, we all say thank you for your sacrifices. Without them, we wouldn't have the greatest country on earth.
Okay.
I read it,
but his
kind
father,
of the same way you did.
But his father did not die in service of the country. His father was lived,
but he
served,
but he was in the military. So
correct.
Well, I think that's his way of thinking. Everyone who was in the
that's
military,
fine,
which I think is fine.
That's fine.
But I took it the same way you did at first, and then when I read it again, I was like, all right.
I took it as he confused, and I'm not calling Tiger Woods out. He's got enough problems, but maybe I was. But I mean, I took it the other way, and many people say Happy Memorial Day, and on this day, let us remember all the veterans. Well, it's not about the veterans. Yes, it's about the veterans that died.
Correct.
And those are the people we honor on Memorial Day.
Yep.
And so we had I wasn't in town, but they had a wonderful, at Hillcrest Cemetery, they had a wonderful event. And thank you to GE Aerospace. Give a plug out. GE Aerospace had a bunch of volunteers that came and laid about 1,200 flags.
That is outstanding.
It's outstanding.
That is.
And, that is what Memorial Day is about. You remember those. And this story, I don't know. You can share the name Tulsi Gabbard with all that she's going through. She's been just diagnosed. Well, her husband has cancer, so she's stepping down. Yes, and she's stepping down. And somebody posted online. Dan can read the story, but basically, someone said, "Hey, listen, I can't be in D.C. My husband's buried there. Would you mind taking a photograph of his tombstone and just posting it, remembering him?" And Tulsi Gabbard went by and did that very thing. And many people did.
Yeah.
What's the story?
It's maybe the greatest story I saw about Memorial Day this year. And a woman named Cheryl Shaw posted a special request on social media. And this was her post. She wrote this. This is probably a long shot, but if anybody happens to be in D.C. this weekend and plans on visiting Arlington, I would love to see a fresh photo of my husband's grave in Section 60. There's just something about knowing people still stop by, still say his name, and still remember. So her husband is Staff Sergeant Alan W. Shaw, killed in action in Iraq, February 9, 2007. He was 31 years old, from Little Rock, Arkansas. He's buried in Arlington, Section 60, grave 8451. So she did this, and Tulsi Gabbard obviously saw the post. And she, of course, is a veteran herself. And so she sent Cheryl a picture and a short video of herself placing a challenge coin on Alan's headstone, a challenge coin and it's got the symbol of the DNI office on there, Director of National Intelligence.
Very cool.
And she wrote, "It was an honor to visit your husband's grave today on your behalf and pay my respects. It was wonderful to see the beautiful flowers representing many others who did the same. Our nation owes a debt of gratitude to those who made the ultimate sacrifice and to the loved ones they left behind. Thank you for your service and sacrifice." So that's what Tulsi Gabbard did. So a little bit later on, it was Pete Hegseth.
Oh, he went?
The Secretary of War. Wow. He stopped by with his family, his wife and his kids, and they paid their respects to those who were nearby, as well as Staff Sergeant Alan Shaw. And then journalist Nick Sorter stopped by, and he's got the challenge coin, and he is going to make sure that it gets to this woman and her family as a remembrance from what Tulsi Gabbard did. And then the article goes on to show just dozens and dozens and dozens of people who saw this post, stopped by, took a picture, and sent a picture to this wonderful woman. And so Cheryl responded. This was the message that she responded with. And she wrote this: "Last night, I made a simple request on X. I asked if anybody visiting Arlington National Cemetery for Memorial Day would stop by Alan's grave and leave a photo for our family. What happened next honestly caught me off guard. By this afternoon, dozens of Americans from all walks of life had made the walk to Section 60 to visit Staff Sergeant Alan Shaw, veterans, families, complete strangers, people who had never met Alan but chose to honor him anyway. For one day on social media, people put aside their constant noise and negativity and came together for something bigger than themselves. My notifications filled with photos, kind messages, prayers, and stories from people honoring not just Alan, but so many of our fallen heroes. I don't think people fully understand what moments like this mean to Gold Star families. The fear is never just losing them, it's losing them slowly over time as the world moves on and fewer people remember their name. But today showed me Alan will never be forgotten. After years of watching social media reward some of the worst parts of humanity, today gave me a reminder that the good is still out there too. Thank you to every single person who stopped by to visit Alan today, say his name, share his story, or took a moment to honor the fallen. This right here is America, is the America that Alan knew and loved enough to fight for and to die for. And today, you all showed us that this is still here and still worth fighting for.
Very cool.
Man, that's awesome.
Yeah,
She was on. I believe she was on the Glenn Beck show today.
She was.
That's
on,
enough
yeah.
to fucking choke you up.
She
Damn.
was on. She was on Fox News this morning too. Just an unbelievable woman. Unbelievable faith in the country and God and her family, and very powerful message.
And my point is, yes, I know
Cheryl
a lot of
Shaw.
people. I mean,
God bless you.
Jill mentioned that you listen. You can sell it. You can do whatever you want to do. I'm not saying one's right, one's wrong, but I'm just saying that I feel like, it's Memorial Day and it's a day of somberness. It's not a day, you can have a barbecue and you can, celebrate, but take at least a moment of that day and let's remember what it's about. It's about the people that laid down their lives so that you have the freedom to go do that. And Veterans Day, totally different day. Veterans Day, you're thanking those like to my left, Dan. You're thanking those that served. Memorial Day, you're honoring those that gave their lives while serving. So it's a bit of a difference. One's much more somber than the other. That's my perspective.
Then July 4th, then you blow off fucking fingers and toes.
Woo! Remember the video we had of the person picking up
Put
a
it in
stun
reverse,
grenade?
Terry. Put it in reverse.
Remember during that whole what was it? When the ice first broke out and that lady went around and grabbed that stun grenade and it blew up in her hand. Yeah, we were making fun. We kept playing that video.
That's the greatest 4th of July PSA though that we should
I
show.
mean, Trump took time at a Memorial Day. Yes, he did post stuff, but he also took time to lay wreaths at Arlington and pay his respects as Commander in Chief. So, I realize that you look for anything Trump to hate. 513, nice to see you back. I thought that maybe you left. But
he knew you were back.
I know he was buttered. He buttered his muffin. Hey, listen, I said it's a somber day and you should take some time and honor those who pay the sacrifice so that you have the freedoms to do what you're doing. I didn't say that you should wear black and walk around all day. I just said, let's not forget.
Just take a moment.
You can go and buy your mattress any day of the year, but if you want to wait till Memorial Day and buy your mattress because somehow you think you're getting a better deal, that's fine with me. I don't really give a shit. Thank you for coming.
We're going to hear from one of our sponsors real quick, since he's here.
Every 2 minutes, a child enters foster care in America. Behind each statistic is a face, a story, and often a heartbreaking message. It's not my fault. The Varner Foundation for Children and Families was created in 2020 to change this reality. They don't just raise awareness about the foster care crisis, they take action. When local agencies can't meet a child's need, the Varner Foundation steps in. From providing essential resources to foster families to supporting children who've experienced trauma, they're building a network of hope. every donation, every partnership, every act of support creates ripples of healing in a child's life. These aren't just statistics, they're futures being restored. One child at a time. Visit varnerfoundation.org and be the difference in a child's life, where 100% of all donations go directly to families in need. 100%. Because every child deserves to know you matter, you're valued, and it's not your fault.
What is that?
There we go. There's our friends from the Varner Foundation. I was just with Dan yesterday for a little bit.
Yeah. What was our buddy Dan Varner up to?
Dan's moving.
Dan wasn't Dan downtown at some festival this weekend?
He was at Taste of Cincinnati. Said it was absolutely amazing.
He's always playing. He's always playing down there.
I thought he might be.
Rocked it out. We rocked it out with him on Friday. That was a.
You went downtown?
No.
Oh,
that was a Turfway.
No.
No, it was a whole different thing. Turfway was a fucking mess.
I was worried.
Fun time, but
so Dan and all his equipment made it downtown and back.
Yeah, he was like they were set up on a perfect stage. He said it was awesome. Everybody was
What's
like
a perfect stage? That mean like a police presence was right there?
He literally loaded right in off backstage. Like everything was perfect. They didn't have to carry shit very far. Like it was just a good thing for
outstanding.
Settle down.
I don't listen. I'll be honest with you. I every day I pull up the news, shooting. I'm concerned, but you notice what's hitting the news nowadays, and in a coordinated effort, the new music pavilion we have at Riverbend is coming together. 10,000 people are going to listen to music along the river.
So what,
dude? That's a big deal.
We already have multiple music venues in this city,
but this one's different.
Why is it different?
Because it's down
MEMI. They MEMI owns Riverbend.
I'm well aware.
They own the Brady Music Center.
How many property taxes they pay?
I don't. I'm sure they pay a lot of property taxes.
Incorrect. They're tax exempt.
Come on.
I'm sorry. Look it up.
Are they a commercial enterprise?
Quasi.
And they don't pay any
zero property taxes.
They own some of the most prime real estate.
Symphony is
in the
tax
city
exempt.
of Cincinnati.
Tax exempt. Pay no property taxes.
Wow.
Did you not know that? Why do you think I have a stick up my ass about that? Because they sell tickets
the
on.
Symphony might be.
They own the property. They own the property. That property is tax exempt.
And what, they're leasing it to MEMI?
I don't know the legal setup. I know they pay no property taxes. Zero. Tax exempt.
They got.
And I will say this.
Was it just an abatement or are they
exempt?
They're exempt.
They're exempt. Yet they're tax supported by your tax dollars. Okay? Because the symphony does get some. Listen, I'm not anti-symphony. What I'm anti is
I'm not anti-symphony.
Dan has a point. How many music venues does Cincinnati need? We have Northern Kentucky built one. They built another one downtown. Now we have the one out here at Riverbend for 8,000, 10,000, 12,000 people, whatever the case is. But all the news suddenly hit the news all at the same time that Look at the farmer music fountain. The farmer blah 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 is coming together. Look
is
at
this new one? Is it bigger or smaller than Riverbend?
Oh, it's bigger.
It's bigger than Riverbend.
Bigger. I mean, did you not see it? It looks like a
I've seen it.
stadium.
Yeah.
It looks like a stadium. But
I mean, it's under construction right now.
I understand that it'll be underwater soon. But at the end of the day,
the
river's coming up. Spring flooding. But at the end of the day, I have a really big problem with taking tax-paying property and transferring it to a non-tax non-taxing status, because you guys know what creates our tax base here for infrastructure, for fire, police, blah blah blah.
But
blah.
which part of that? Because I know that whole piece of property that we know of, Coney Island and Riverbend, was split.
Well, part was
Anderson, part
was
city.
Cincinnati.
Where is, and I feel like where this is city.
Yes, but it's still tax exempt because it's going to be owned by the symphony. So property tax exempt.
Right.
And the Anderson part is also now tax exempt because it's all owned by the same entity.
Okay.
So
right.
where
I was just trying to track.
So where Coney Island, I think where the pool was, the pool that they had to fill in really quick, where that was actually that was in Anderson. And the part now it doesn't really matter because it's all owned by the same people. So that's cool. Hey, listen, what floats your boat. Now, I think what we did pass, and I don't know if they rescinded it because they didn't like it, but we did get a thing in there that as a township we could levy a fee on the ticket. So I think every ticket now has like $1 fee on there, so that because you know how many runs. I mean, Jason, well, you wouldn't know, but Jason probably would.
Oh no, I
Talk
used
to
to be.
guys.
I used to be a paramedic down there.
Yeah, I mean, there lots of runs. I mean, what goes with outdoor concerts, outdoor drinking, and what happens at
yeah.
Riverbend? A lot of people
Oh,
get
trust me.
way too drunk, and we had a lot of runs down there. And
nobody ever died at Riverbend.
yeah, no,
That's what we were told.
we're told. But at the end, it is what it is, and I just have a problem. I think that entities that are tax exempt, public entities that are tax exempt, should not be taking tax producing property off the tax rolls. It bothers me.
No, I agree.
It bothered me when it bothered me when the school board purchased a perfectly good tax paying building on Beachmont Avenue for their school headquarters because they needed, they didn't have enough property on school grounds. Lots of land available on school grounds. It's not developed. Couldn't do anything there. And they bought a building on Beachmont Avenue and they took it off the tax rolls.
Yeah.
Not paying any taxes. Right. Zero. Annoying to me.
It's like when you want to, and you be a former trustee sitting and trying to drive business into your township to make infrastructure better and entertainment and whatever. Tax abatements are thrown around like they are nobody's fucking business. So an abatement and an exemption, I understand, are different, completely different.
Totally different.
But I'm saying, throw them a tax abatement, maybe.
Not yes,
maybe.
Listen, I'm a fan of tax abatements, especially on properties that are challenging, that you need some special incentive to entice a developer to develop that parcel. But that, like you said, that's a temporary abatement,
right?
Whether it's 5, 10, 15 years,
then
whatever.
But
and then after that,
then
and
that
it's never
entity,
100%.
Then that entity is going to start grabbing their share,
and it's never 100%.
Right.
So, if, like, for example, the ones up by the town center.
That's what they should have done. Like looking.
Well,
at
they that's not this. Well, but the entity, the symphony, is a totally tax exempt entity. So there was no way for them to offer that to them. If they purchased the land, it's
I get
done.
that part. I was just talking in
generics.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I don't blame. I agree with you. And look, we have, there's parcels that we had to offer bigger carrots to get a developer to come in and develop it. But those were never 100%. If you give a 75% abatement, you're still getting, is 25% of a big number better than 100% of nothing? Because there would be no development there if you didn't offer some sort of abatement. Right. I would argue the 25% for 5 or 10 or 15 years, whatever it comes out to be.
Yes.
And then at that point, it jumps up to 100%. You come out ahead of the game. So you're offering a temporary incentive for the developer up front to develop the property. I get it. I don't have a problem with that. But permanently removing a property from the tax rolls because it's deemed, tax exempt, bugs the shit out of me. And it creates a stress on infrastructure because of the fire runs.
Fire runs, police, traffic.
Yeah.
Like, I can't wait to see what they're going to do because Riverbend was already a fucking train wreck.
Traffic-wise during busy.
Traffic-wise.
Yes. Imagine now you have a 15, whatever it comes out to be. I didn't watch the news, but I just laughed because it's coordinated. They all hit the news today. So they all got the marching orders, said, hey, run the story on Riverbend today. Well, like our new trustee, Tommy Hodges. I call him Tommy Boy. Tommy Hodges. Tommy Hodges thinks that, now you guys know concerts. Full disclosure, I'm not a concert guy. I don't like crowds. I don't like live music. No offense, Dan, except yours. I don't like people. I don't like people. I don't like people. I don't like sweating. But my question is, he wanted to bring Bunbury.
Oh yeah, that's just fucking big.
Bunbury. He wanted to bring Bunbury to our parks in Newtown, and he made the statement that he had spoken to and cleared it with the Newtown police chief, Tom Simon. Turns out that's not true. Tom Simon didn't know anything about it. Now, you guys are familiar with the area. I'm not a Bunbury person, but from what I heard, it's a lot of cars and a lot of people, like 30,000, 20,000.
And Newtown does not have a venue that could host that event.
It's 40,000. No, it was going to be at one of our parks in the fields at our parks.
They build the stages.
And
it's almost like a Woodstock.
I don't go to Bunbury.
It's a watered down Woodstock.
I heard the number 40,000, and my comment was simply this. Anderson itself is only like 45,000. So you're going to have an event where you bring in an extra 40,000 to the other property, and you concentrate it down there in one area without the roads are not able to handle.
That can't happen.
But no, according to them, it could.
According to who?
Tommy Hodges.
Well, what about Newtown?
Well, Newtown
You said I
didn't
used
know
to live
about
in
it.
Newtown. Newtown, there's no way
Newtown
there-
didn't know about it.
there's no venue, no area in Newtown.
Our
They would-
parks are down in Newtown. We
Clear
have parks
Creek
down
Park.
in Newtown.
Well, if fine, but a park,
But
soccer field.
you've got one
baseball
gas
field.
station a mile that way, one gas station a
I'm
mile
just
that way.
saying,
And
you
that's it.
guys know the
Oh,
the
yeah.
way in.
The way the roads are set up in Newtown,
Oh, yeah.
They could
Fuck
not
it.
handle
you
that
could
traffic.
not accommodate a crowd of
Well,
that
Tommy
size.
Hodges
There's- it can't
Tommy
happen.
Hodges has now been in office 6 months, and he knows everything. How dare you question the great Tommy Hodges?
I'll
God
question
damn it! I don't have the fucking sound. I wanted to
I used
throw a
to live
fucking
in
train
Newtown.
whistle. Whoop whoop! Here comes a shit show.
I mean, hey, so I
Shit show idea.
I love Newtown, but
I-
they cannot host an event of that size.
You
There's
cannot double the population of Anderson Township concentrated in one area and not expect there to be a massive clusterfuck.
Oh yeah.
And they don't understand that because to them, it's all about good times and let's party
not
and
forward thinking.
not forward thinking, not thinking what that I don't even know what it would do to the park itself. I mean, that amount of foot traffic would probably
and bringing back fire and EMS.
Oh my god!
Because you're
could
going to
you
have a medical emergency.
You're
of
going to
some
have
type,
at least one
At
or
least.
2 or 10
or 70.
70. I mean, how do you even get down there? So anyway, it's cool. I mean, I'm just.
Oh yeah.
I struggle with. We're having a discussion in the state of there's a drive to abolish property taxes. Okay, as noble of a goal that is, I think that's a good goal to get to, but I don't think it's something that we can achieve in one vote overnight. They're here today, gone tomorrow. It would put, and I mean, could you imagine the inordinate stress it would put under every level of government? I mean, that's where our funding comes from. I have no problem with stepping it down, but that's not what's on the ballot. It's abolishing
And that's the
property
thing.
taxes.
And I think we talked about it a couple of shows ago. Is sales tax would have to go up. A gas tax of some type would have to go up to make up for that lost revenue out of property taxes.
Oh, sales tax would have to go up extraordinarily high.
Oh yeah.
And use taxes would have to go up extraordinarily high. I think a smart and I like Vivek's idea. He's like, look, this is a good goal, but we can't achieve it overnight.
Yeah, it's not just going to be.
We have to
there are none.
We should step it down. We should make changes and then get to the goal of where we want to have either exceptionally low property tax. Because look, if you buy property, you should also be a big enough boy. Yeah, there is an argument, and that's where we're at now. Property taxes are too high, so you never really own your property. You pay it off, but you don't own it. Fucking state owns it.
That's the argument that
I understand that.
Ron DeSantis
I
makes.
understand that, and that's a good goal.
And I agree
with that in theory, but the simple fact of the matter is that public services create value and service your property, so you should pay for them in some fashion. And the most equitable way to do it up to date was, you spread it among the property owners, and there's property taxes. I don't have a problem with that if it's a low amount. The problem is today's world. I mean, hell, Ohio is living in a circus. Ohio's funding for schools was declared unconstitutional. How many years ago, Dan?
It's been
30?
at least 3 or 4 election cycles.
No, it's longer than that.
It's been a while.
And it was
has
declared.
anything been done in a meaningful way?
No, it's been declared unconstitutional. We're still funding our schools under a model that's been declared unconstitutional, but no one seems to give a shit. So people are frustrated, and I don't blame them for being frustrated. But these
I
knee-jerk
just think in
reactions
so
are not
many
the answer.
areas, and including here in Anderson Township, when it comes to property taxes, it just becomes a runaway train, especially when you get so many different entities that they can benefit from these property taxes. And you get levy after levy after levy. And
The schools,
every
the parks.
one is such a good cause. How can you deny children?
And it's every cycle. It's every cycle.
Yeah, it's for the children. It's for blah 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 blah.
Yeah.
It's always something, and they're like, "What do you?" And then,
But they're also not even small.
no,
levies.
they're not. They're not small.
No,
And then if you dare,
they're big.
wait, but then they control the narrative. If you dare oppose it, what are you? You hate children.
Oh yeah.
Why do you hate children? Why? I just hate you. I don't hate children. I just hate you. But no, you hate all children. No, that's not true. I just, on the flip side, I want these people that always are, yes for parks and yes for schools and yes for this.
And this
Like,
goes for everybody out there
This
because
is
it's
all across-
happening
this is all
wherever
across-
you live.
all
I
across
promise.
the nation is happening. But I mean, I want you to go to that senior citizen, okay, that's living down the street from you, that you never see really go out of their house, okay? Because they can't afford to, because they're on a fucking fixed income. And then I want you to go to them. I want you to knock on the door, and I want you to say, hey, I hate you because you're on living on your fixed income is X amount of dollars a month, but I'm only going to charge you. And I love this one too. It's only $100 per 100,000. And I'm like, well, last time I found $100,000 home in Anderson Township, you can kiss my ass because they don't exist.
They don't exist anymore.
So why don't we just tell us, cut to the chase, tell me how many hundreds it's going to be. But my point is, when you're on a fixed income, like many of our seniors are, that money's got to come from somewhere.
And your property tax bill is going up $300,
Correct.
$400, in some cases $500, $600, $700 a month.
And where does that money? So you're eating
absolute hardship on a lot of people.
You can't even eat pet food. You got to eat cat shit. You got to let your cat eat the food, and then you eat the cat shit and hope there's some nutrients left for you to sustain yourself, because that's how tight things are. But these people will have the balls to come to them and say, well, you hate children. I mean, I'm sorry. I don't hate children. I'm paying for yours to go to school since you had 12 and I had none. But at the end of the day, you don't have the right to tell me I hate children. I'm just looking out for my wallet. Unless you want to come pay my taxes, which you won't, don't tell me that I don't have a right to have an opinion on how much I'm paying.
Right. It's exactly what I told my renters. I was like, hey, guys, here's what rent is.
Correct.
When my mortgage goes up because of the taxes, and the people in Anderson love to vote yes for everything, your rent's going to go up.
Well,
and it'll just be the difference of where it is and what it went up to.
You are exactly right. And people sit there and they think, they imagine,
because people don't fucking read.
I mean, we didn't even talk about it. You see, we should have shared the story. Mandami now in New York wants to take property away from the landowners and give them to the tenants.
How does he think that the city has the authority to do that?
Well, they're going to claim that you're a slum landlord.
Yeah, they're going to judge. Correct. They're going to judge every landlord.
Correct.
And if you don't adhere or live up to whatever standards they create,
whatever the standards they
this is that one woman that he brought in that is
socialist.
Yeah, severe communist. Yes. I mean,
is there any other kind of communist?
Thinks that all property belongs to the state. Everything should go through the state, and the state should be, people like her should be the ones to determine how much you get.
They're the arbiters
out of what, out of what you earn.
I heard someone say. I heard some lib say today. I heard some lib say today on a thing. They still describe, and I laugh because I still live, and I just noticed it. I think I know who it is. Hi, Jen. I hope you're doing well. Hope you have a heart attack at some point soon. But they said, Mr. Pappas had a failed business, and I was like, oh, failed. Let's think about that. Failed. I took a piece of property. My business created value of that property. Some developer came along, offered me a shit ton more money than you've seen in your lifetime. You too, 513. And offered me money for it. And so I closed my business, sold the property. How is that a failed business? I mean, it doesn't really bother me when you say that, because I don't
think you had a number of employees over the years.
I was employing people. I never missed a payroll. I never was late on taxes. I never missed one fucking thing. And you know what? I'm happy. That's your job, right? That's your job. But I love when these liberals.
I honestly stopped going to the dry cleaners after you shut down.
Did you really? Why?
Oh, we could tell. Everybody can tell.
Because it
wasn't affordable.
It wasn't, number one. Yeah, it wasn't affordable.
Convenient.
The service wasn't as good. I mean, I had to cast around and find some other places.
We should have charged you by the yard because your pants got bigger over the years. Old Dan Carroll was a deal. New Dan Carroll was not a deal.
I remember one time though, I got up in the morning and was rooting through my shirts. Open up the plastic, because the shirts are in the plastic. Right?
Yes, it's like Christmas.
I'm looking at them like, this is not my shirt.
Correct. Happens all the time. It happens all the time.
And I was on TV that morning, and I was talking to.
Did you have a shirt that was too small, choke you out?
Like fucking Tommy Boy, fat guy in a little shirt. Everybody had to wear safety glasses because the butt was going to pop off.
Fortunately enough, it fit okay.
But
I was talking to Sheila and Rob, and I was in the helicopter that day, and I said, "Hey, you guys see this shirt I got on?
It's not mine."
And I said, "Yeah." I said, "It's not my shirt."
Somehow
the dry cleaner gave me the wrong shirt.
That would happen more often than not.
I didn't mention Appearance Plus, so yeah.
Was it them or me?
It was or not Appearance Plus?
No.
Whatever you was.
Yeah.
Cleaner, cleaner concepts.
Cleaner
That's okay.
concepts. That's
No,
it.
so look, I'm not gonna lie. Every business has their trips, but I mean,
He had cuffs that had AP on them.
it wouldn't be.
This isn't mine.
Whose could this be? I never monogrammed anything. I would get people.
I know he would never monogram anything.
Well,
Anyway.
the laundry company, and that was our laundry company. That wasn't even us. So we used to sub that shit out on Beachmont. But the funny thing is that I had people. So they switched to long story. They switched to a new thing. They actually put your name on the inside of the shirt, right? They put your name because it made finding missed. Because shirts look like. Trust me. Look at a couple of thousand white shirts in a day, and they all start to look alike.
Absolutely.
But
Well,
the point of the matter is that people will be like, well, that's on my shirt. You're ruining my shirt. I'm like, dude, you tuck your shirt in. I mean, where do you want us to put it? Oh, well, not there. Okay, for you, we make you special deal.
Put it right there.
We make you special deal.
Did you just start a Chinese restaurant? We make you a
No,
special deal.
I was the
You can put
official.
it right there on behind the collar.
I was
right
the
back
fucking
here.
dry cleaning Nazi. I was
Irritating as
like,
fuck.
no dry cleaning for you. You out 30
We
days.
make you a special deal.
It's fucking unbelievable.
Oh, but people in general are fucking unbelievable. You've seen them. You've seen them in politics. You've seen them as a business owner. I've seen them on the public
you
safety
see
side.
him on the safety side.
Like, holy
Yeah.
shit.
Well, I mean, look,
Dan sees him in media. He interviews the fucking worst one
Jason-
that you could grab.
Jason, let me ask you a question, because you've been doing paramedics for a while, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Now I
Not
remember,
very good, but
well,
I've done
but
it.
you,
Not very
when
good.
I started in the role, we had to, it was just coming when I started as a trustee. It was just coming online that we needed new equipment, and the reason we needed new equipment in the paramedics division is the people were outgrowing the people were getting too big for the safety services and the ambulances, and we were losing firemen because they had to pick their fat asses out. And look, don't get me wrong, I'm struggling with the weight issue. That's fine. Take your shots. I really don't give a fuck. But when you're 61, trust me, you're not going to look this good. But at the end of the day, am I right? People are getting bigger, and we had to have like hydraulic assist picking people up, and then
run volumes pick up.
and then you hear the stories of people that you're like, fuck, I don't know how we're getting this guy out of the house.
Where I first started, and we had the manual cots where we had to literally lift with your legs.
Yes.
Now we have automated,
Yes.
which is super expensive,
But that's
but
necessary.
there are grants to be able to get those.
Yes.
That takes the burden off of the township residents because there's grants.
Well,
I mean, one of those cots
is expensive.
it's like almost at this point, probably now $19,000 just for the cot.
just to
Not
be
even
able,
the load system. The whole thing together
Yes.
is probably $53,000
and because the people are
per ambulance.
because the people are getting so big, you can't pick them up and put them in the
But
ambulance.
with that, and I agree with that wholeheartedly. But it made sense to do that, and workers' comp
Rates went down because you weren't having the injuries.
because you were getting back injuries.
That's
So
right.
now all you got to do is hit a button. I
And
mean,
right.
granted, we're still pulling somebody off a bed to get them onto the cot and whatever.
There's a lot.
There's a lot to it.
You got to get them on the.
But I agree. I agree with you. The population is getting bigger
people
in stature.
and the people are the first ones that you're helping, the first ones to complain. What
And
took
now
you
we
so
ha-
long? What took you so long to get here? Where
Why-
have you been?
And
Blah,
let me
blah,
ask
blah,
you
blah.
this: why did I'll throw it out. Stryker.
Could have changed it.
Why did Stryker, who's pretty much throws every cot to most fire departments? You got a couple other companies, but Stryker, they had to go from a 500-pound weight limit to 750. You have the option to get a 1,000-pound weight limit. Fucking hydraulic
That's the
cot.
big one.
That's the big. You got you.
It's the big
You
one.
got your 500.
That's
Your
a-
A's,
You
your
got you.
B's.
That's how you know you've arrived.
That's what Is that down in Florida? They got those the big boys.
You got your D's.
But-
You
those
got
are-
your hooks.
But that's why everything has changed.
That's the biggest.
Because obviously the way the demographic has gone,
No, people are just fun.
it is what it
You
is.
see it. You see it on that end. Dan hears about it every day. He's on the radio. He gets calls from all sorts of people. People are just
Dan, I love your show.
Dan, I love your show. Dan, I love what you're wearing.
I'm fired,
for the-
I fired Cheetos in my face.
The meth heads are generally speaking a pretty slim crowd.
No, we just picked them up by a belt loop.
Other than
We
that,
just pick them up by a belt loop. That's fine.
I don't think anyone's calling 911 on
Yeah.
somebody narking out on a meth. head.
Karen Bass though
Step
does
over.
want them to have better teeth. So that's
Oh yeah.
When are we getting back together, gentlemen?
I don't know.
Well, let's talk.
I don't
about
know
it.
either.
It's quarter after.
This weekend.
I know.
this weekend, you want to hit it this weekend, Dan? You give me a round?
I think I could do something this week.
Saturday night is out. Friday night is out.
Can we do something on Sunday?
We can do
I
something
can
on
do
Sunday.
something on Sunday.
All right.
Yes.
Okay.
We'll call it Sunday for now, and then we'll figure it out. Because
Summer is here.
we try to get better
yes.
beforehand, but when they show up like 15 minutes prior, and
Oh,
I'm rushing to get the.
yeah.
I was gonna throw some shade to myself, trying to rush to get it all together.
You
We didn't
did.
have time to get the schedule, but let's potentially look at Sunday. But we'll see. We'll keep you updated. But guys,
Everybody, welcome to summer. Have a great summer. Summer season is here. I hope you guys are safe traveling, whatever family vacations, whatever you're doing. It's going to be a long, long, long summer. Hopefully, it'll stop raining soon.
oh Jesus,
Here.
Grill out
Right.
at Pappas's house.
I would still every time I go on that patio now, I'm like, is that marijuana? There's some
Did
residual.
you see my post about the church that smelled like weed?
Yes.
Yes. Were you surprised by that?
No.
Pappas'
I
house will
couldn't
never be the
believe it.
same.
My
we'll
house will never-
potentially see you Sunday.
I'm going to put that when I
and
sell
everybody,
that
we love
house,
you.
I'm gonna put
Remember,
that
like,
picture
subscribe,
on the
tell a
listing.
friend,
Afro
and
Man was
we
here.
appreciate
Afro
you
Man was
guys.
here.